Hey guys, so welcome back. So in my last video you guys saw that I added color, I twisted up my hair, and I left. And I said that if you guys want to see the takedown, just to see how the color looks and basically how the twist out turned out. So I decided that, I would come back if you guys wanted to see the final results. And so yeah, here we are. I think it's been about 3, maybe even 4 days since I had these twists in. So I've been wearing my bonnet, and just last night I decided to just switch it up and use my scarf because I put my bonnet in the wash. So yeah, so here we are going to take down these twists. I asked you guys on Instagram and on YouTube to send in some questions, so that way it wouldn't just be me taking down my hair. I'll be answering questions while I take it down. So I got a few questions on Instagram, not much, but most of the questions are going to come from YouTube, the YouTube community. The past few days I have been wearing my hair kind of pinned back, and it was actually pretty cute. I kind of wish that I did them a little bit neater, that I could have rocked it a little bit longer. But with hair color, you typically don't want to wear the hair or the temporary dye more than, let's say, 4 or 5 days, because eventually it does start to, I guess, flake. And also by the 4th day or so, you would want to re-moisturize your hair. I've never re-moisturized my hair while having the color in my hair. I feel like that may cause residue, like the color may come out more, or I don't know, because it is a type of wax, so I feel like it may not moisturize my hair properly, trying to moisturize on top of a wax. This is what my twists look like. Some of you guys want to see what they were looking like. So they shrunk up quite a bit. They were a lot longer before, but they did shrink up. It's about 4 days now, and of course when I shower there's heat and steam, so it's going to shrink up even more. But this is 4 days, so this is basically what it would be like after about a week or so. So like I said, I was wearing it pinned back, and it was quite cute. I'm gonna pull up some of the questions now before we get started. Hopefully I'll get more as I'm going. So first question comes from Felicia Brown, and she wants to know if I'm going to get knotless braids or knotless box braids this summer, and the answer to that is probably yes. I actually had purchased some passion twist hair. I think that's what it is. Passion twist hair to get my hair done in March, and then this whole thing happened. So I had to cancel my appointment. So I probably will do the passion twist first, and then maybe box braids a little bit later, like maybe August or so. But yeah, I definitely love doing protective styles in the summer. It looks so cute, and you don't have to deal with, your hair frizzing out. And when you go to the pool, or if you go on vacation, you don't have to deal with your hair. I hate dealing with my hair on vacation. And as I'm untwisting my hair, I've been getting a lot of questions about the dye transferring, after it's dried. And you do get a little bit of transfer. I don't even know if I can show you guys. I'm gonna try. You might see some sparkles. It's not much. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys saw that I dyed my hair blue, and there was absolutely no color on my shirt. There was like a little bit on like my collar, but not much, and it washes out really, really well. So you don't even have to worry about it ruining your clothes like an actual box dye. It's temporary dye, and it's safe, so you don't have to worry about transferring onto your clothes and if it's gonna stain it and whatever. But it does transfer onto your hands just a bit though. It's not anything crazy. You can hardly see. It's more of a shimmer on my hands, like the sparkles are on my fingers, but it washes off, so you don't have to worry. And it's just so much fun to play with. So here's the fun part with small twists. This is why I don't do small twists, because it takes me forever to take out. And I don't like things that take long. When it comes to my hair, I hate having to do too much with my hair. And I find with smaller twists, I get a lot more frizz. Bigger twists, I don't. I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of frizz with really tiny twists, and it drives me crazy because I like my hair to look a certain way. And I should have brought a clip, because now I can't see what I'm doing. I think someone asked, I don't remember her name, but she asked how old am I now, and how old was I when I decided to go natural. So I'm 27 now. I first decided to go natural when I was 19, and that was an absolute fail. If you guys haven't followed me from the beginning, you probably saw that. I tried to go natural, and I made it to like oh my gosh, like 4 months post or something like that. And I just couldn't do it. I had so much negative comments coming at me like, oh, it's not gonna look good, you know, stuff like that. So I just stopped because I don't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I was pretty much relaxed all my life and I didn't know anything about natural hair. So I gave up. I threw in the towel, gave up. And then the next year came around. So I was 20. Next year came around and I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. And I finally big chopped when I was 22. I can't even do the math right now. But I finally big chopped in 2015. So 2 years, I transitioned for 2 years. So hopefully that answers your question. So at 19, I decided that, you know, I didn't want to do it anymore. Didn't work out. A year later, I tried again and I succeeded. So I'm very happy about that. How can I get my hair to grow? She wants to know how she can get her hair to grow. I've actually done a really detailed video on that. I'll link it down below. It's called, If You Do This, Your Hair Will Grow. And it's a really great video. So I'll link that down below. But one thing I will say is that a lot of people think that their hair isn't growing. And it's actually, it probably is growing, but your hair is actually breaking off as fast as it grows. So when it grows out, it breaks off from the ends. And it happens. That's exactly what was happening with me when I was relaxed. That I didn't really know how to take care of my hair when I was relaxed. And it was just breaking off. It would grow, and then it would just break off. So I would think, hey, my hair's not growing. What am I doing wrong? So your hair is probably lacking moisture. I feel like that's where a lot of people go wrong, is that they're not moisturizing properly and they're not using a product that contains water. I really think I want to get into really being able to teach you guys how to take care of your hair, because I know I do tutorials and I show you how to do, well, I show you what I do to my hair. But if I can really sit down and break it down for people who are really struggling, that would be really, I think it would be really helpful, and it would also be really fun because I enjoy talking about hair. So if I could figure out a way to do it, I don't know if I need to do like a live stream, because doing YouTube videos, I want to be able to talk to you guys live, get you guys to send in your questions, answer it live. So that way you're getting your questions answered faster, if that makes sense. So I don't know if a live stream here on YouTube would work. I've never done it, so I don't know how it works. I've never really watched one either. I don't really know how it works. So if you guys can give me an idea of what I can do. And speaking of that, I had downloaded this app called, some of you guys are probably familiar with it, or I had set up an account with OnlyFan, and I didn't know what it was. I just heard that basically what I was just saying to you guys, that I can talk to you guys and answer your questions instantly without you guys having to wait. So I downloaded that hoping that that platform would be perfect, but then I realized that there's a lot of stuff on there that I don't want to be a part of. If you know about the account, then you know what's on there. It's a lot of adult content and I didn't want to be associated with that stuff. So I decided, you know what, let's not go that route. There has to be another way. So if you guys know another way, let me know, because I'm definitely interested. Hope you guys are enjoying this, watching me take down my hair. This is like real life. This is how long it usually takes me. I'm talking, so it's taking me even longer. Have you ever shaved your head or cut your hair really short? So I'm gonna guess that she hasn't been following me from the start. Most of you guys would probably know the answer to this. So no, I have never ever shaved my head, and I don't think I ever would. I think my head is too small. I have a really small head. I have really broad shoulders and a small head. So I would have like this little tiny head on this big body. No. So no, I've never done that. No, I will never do it. I won't say never, because you never know, but I don't think I would ever do that. Have I ever cut it really short? No. Like I mentioned before, I transitioned for 2 years just because I did not want to deal with really short hair. I was afraid of how I would look with really short hair. So I transitioned for 2 years, which left me with armpit length hair, so like to here. And I was happy with that. So that's probably no, my hair was shorter. Growing up, my hair was on my shoulders for a long time. But that was relaxed hair. And I didn't cut it to that length. It just never grew. Or it was growing but breaking off. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. My biggest cut was my big chop. I cut off like 5 to 10 inches when I did that. So that's the most. I was like waist length, and then I cut it to armpit length. So JB wants to know, do you use weights or clips to help your hair stay downward instead of outward? And I feel like I know exactly what she's talking about. I've been seeing some ladies do reviews on hair weights. You can see that my hair's in twist. So let's pretend that my hair was wet and it was in the twist. So my twist would look like this. I put a little weight on it, and when my hair dries, it would dry stretched like this versus short like this. So I've seen people do it, and I think it's kind of cool. I don't know how the twist out would look. It would be very stretched and kind of like noodles. I kind of prefer the really tight look, but maybe I'll look into it and try it out and do a review on it for you guys. No, I've never done that, and no, I don't use anything to stretch out my twists. I've seen other girls do Bantu knots, like they do little Bantu knots with their twists, and then they take them out and they get a really stretched twist. I've seen other girls take a twist, stretch it behind their head, and bobby pin it down, and then the next day it's nice and stretched. I think I did the bobby pin one before, where you take the twist and stretch it out and bobby pin it down, and I didn't like how that looked. The bobby pin left a kink in my hair, and the twist looked like noodles. So I personally didn't like that look. But hey, if you want stretch twist, that is something that you can do. And here I am talking too much. So back to the twist. If I can do a free product giveaway. So I definitely can do a product giveaway. I know people love that. And of course it's very helpful to get some free stuff. So I'll definitely work on that, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I get everything organized how often I do wash and goes. So I don't do wash and goes very often, which I guess you guys probably can tell, because usually when you guys see me, I'm in a twist out. See, when you do a lot of twists, you can't find them. And sometimes you end up missing them. Okay, I think I got all of it on this side. I'm gonna get back to Tatiana's question in a second. So this is what it looks like. Ooh, did I miss one? No, this one's just big. And I wanna show you guys the definition. So definition is great. One thing about temporary hair dye, it kind of works like a gel. So it gives you a really nice hold, and it helps your twist out or your styles to last longer. I think I was getting questions on Instagram if my hair feels soft or if it feels dry or anything. It feels really good. It feels normal, no dryness, no crunching, any flakes. I think I am seeing a few flakes, but again, it's like sparkles. I'm definitely getting a little bit more color on my head now because I did half my head. But again, it washes out really easy. And is it on my shirt? Nope. It's not on my shirt, so it's really great. So that's one side done. I did not like separate. You guys saw I just unraveled the twist. I did not separate further. So see, like this is a twist. I'm not gonna separate any further until I'm done and I see how everything looks. All right, so back to Tatiana. She wants to know how often I do wash and goes. I don't do wash and goes often. I wanna say I do wash and goes. For example, last year I did one wash and go, and I got that done at a hair salon because I wanted them to cut my hair and then just style it afterwards. So I ended up just getting them to do a wash and go. So I did a wash and go once last year, which was crazy. I usually do it maybe once a month or so, but I was pregnant last year. I had a newborn baby, so wash and goes was just not a style that I was doing. I was doing a lot of twist outs. This year, I've done 2 wash and goes since the year started. Let's say about 4 times a year, not often at all. And when I do a wash and go, it usually lasts about a week, up to 2 weeks. Once it passes the week mark, I usually throw it up in a puff because at this point I'm very lazy and my hair is starting to look crazy. But yeah, I don't do it often. And when I do it, I make sure it lasts. I really try to rock my wash and go because it does take me some time to do. When I do my wash and goes, I like my hair to be really defined. Try to get no frizz at all, which obviously doesn't happen, but I try to take my time with it. And I don't mind taking my time with my wash and go. I love to define my curls. Now, when it comes to doing twists, I don't have the patience to do all these twists all the time. I usually do about 20 twists and I'm good. But to do 50 and 40 twists, this is just too much work. All right, next question, because I'm talking too much. She said, how do you get your hair thicker? She knows genetics play a role, but do any products help? So genetics definitely plays a role. My mom has very fine hair, so I definitely got my hair from my dad. Well, the thickness from my dad. Genetics definitely play a huge role. Also, I've heard that Jamaican black castor oil or just plain old castor oil helps with thickening your hair strands. I've heard it. I used to use it on my eyebrows at one point. I was never consistent, so I can't really tell you whether or not it works. I tried using it on my eyelashes. Again, I was not consistent, so I can't tell you whether or not it works. But I've heard many people say that it works. So maybe try that. Anything else that makes your hair thicker? There's definitely things that you can do to make it appear thicker. Again, doing really small twists, picking out your hair, adding hair extensions. She says, do you stretch your hair? How do you deal with shrinkage? I don't really stretch my hair, to be honest. Like I told you guys, I just twisted up my hair and I just let it shrink. I will say that when I first went natural and my hair was really, well, shorter. I shouldn't say really short because I know a lot of people say, oh, you know, armpit length isn't short. But for me, comparing it to what I have now, it's a lot shorter because I'm about waist length now and it was about armpit. So it's a lot shorter. So when it was shorter, I definitely tried to make it longer by stretching it out. So like I was telling you guys, I did try that method where you stretch it, pin it, let it dry. Blow drying and then twisting up your hair or braiding it up. Definitely, I've done that. Doing a wash and go, letting it dry and then blow drying it. You guys saw me do that in a few videos back. But overall, for the most part, 99% of the time, I just let my hair shrink. Now that it's longer, I don't, shrinkage doesn't bother me like that. When it was shorter, it did. So I would use a blow dryer to stretch things out. But for the most part, I don't bother with stretching my hair out because it usually involves heat or it involves losing definition, sometimes losing moisture when you take that extra step to make your hair longer. How do I deal with shrinkage? I embrace it. I don't try to get rid of it. I did, however, stretch up my hair or wash and go. It was more so for the video and just to kind of show you guys what you can do if you want to stretch out your hair. And I only did that one time. Once it shrunk back up, I just left it. I'm okay with my hair shrinking up. Like I said, it's longer now, so I'm okay with it shrinking to my shoulders. When I first went natural, it used to shrink to like this, right? So of course I would want to, you know, stretch it out a little bit. But now that it's longer and when it's wet, it's down here and shrinks to here, I'm good. Because when it was short, I was trying to get it to my shoulders and now it just naturally goes to my shoulders. So I'm good. I don't need to stretch it out anymore. But like I said, if you want to stretch it out, you can use heat, you can use bobby pins, you can do Buntyn knots. So there's things that you can do if you aren't happy with your shrinkage. But just know that shrinkage is a sign of healthy hair. If your hair did not shrink at all, it would be straight, right? And then you know that means that your hair is damaged. Unless naturally you don't have much shrinkage. There are ladies who have natural hair and they don't have much shrinkage. It just shrinks up just a little bit. Everyone's texture is different. But for example, if my hair didn't have any shrinkage, I would know that something was wrong because naturally my hair is very coily, curly, so it shrinks. But if one day I woke up and my hair had no shrinkage, something is not right. Try to think of shrinkage as being a good thing and try not to hate it and just embrace it. I know it sucks sometimes, you do a really nice style and then it just shrinks up to your scalp and it's like, what the heck? It was down here, why is it up here? I know. That is why I used to stretch the crap out of my hair when it was a lot shorter. Now you may see me do a stretch twist out on blow dried hair just because I want a different look. Not because I hate shrinkage or anything, I just want a different look. So I go between stretch twist outs and shrunken twist outs and, you know, just different things, just so I have a different look. I don't want to look the same every single time. I'm gonna hop on Instagram in a moment and see if I got any questions on there. I literally just asked maybe about 10 minutes ago, so I only got a few questions in. So some of you guys may still be sleeping actually, because it's only the afternoon. Some of you guys might be still sleeping, so you didn't see the Q&A. My hand is full of sparkles. You guys can probably see, full of sparkles. Someone thought that I dyed my hair green, and it's crazy. I didn't put green, but I can kind of see why some of you guys thought it was green, because on camera it kind of looks green, but I promise you it's like blonde. It's like a yellowish color. It actually didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I wanted it to be like a balayage where you had a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of orange, a little bit of yellow. Everything just got mixed up. So I think it's the way that I applied it. Next time I'm gonna do one twist, one color. The other twist, another color, and so on, instead of mixing all the colors on one twist, if that makes sense. Oh, this is taking me forever, but I will say that I enjoyed doing this little talk while I took down my twist. It's making things go a little bit faster. Well, it feels like it's going faster, but I've been on here for like 20 minutes chit-chatting. I don't wear my hair out often because my son, when he sees my hair out, he's like, oh, hair, and just wants to pull it. Oh my gosh, when he was a lot smaller, he doesn't do it so much now, but when he was a lot smaller, he would just go grab it and just yank it, and he would have hair in his hands. So, whew, I would just keep my hair in twists because I'm not trying to lose any hair. All right, so this is what it looks like. Very flat, bleh. Very flat. So I will go back in and grab pieces that are big like this and split them as much as I can without causing too much frizz. So you guys can see it's pretty flat. Can use some fluffing. One side, I think this side is a little bit thicker than this side because I did bigger twists on this side, and this side I did smaller ones, which you can probably see. You can see how small some of these are compared to this one, see? All right, so there's a lot more questions coming in on YouTube. I might have to do a separate video because this video is getting really long. I was gonna hop on Instagram. Let's see. She wants to know, what is the best hair moisturizer you ever use? And hands down, it would have to be my Cantu coconut curling cream. I've been using that from the beginning. I never used it when I was relaxed because of course it was too heavy when I was relaxed. But as soon as I went natural, one of you guys mentioned it to me and I stopped using Lotta Body's hair milk and started using Cantu. I realized that you get more from Cantu and it's cheaper. It works just like the Lotta Body, but you get more and it's cheaper. So I just switched over and I never went back to the Lotta Body ever again. So I'm gonna go ahead and start untwisting, or not untwisting, but separating the hairs that are really chunky. So like this one, I usually give my hair a nice little shake and I can see that this hair wants to separate. So let's separate it. I'm not gonna force the hair to separate. I want it to do its thing. So I'm just lightly. I know I'm really delicate with my hair and people are like, you're such a perfectionist. And I know some people don't have time to do the things that or don't have the patience to do the things that I do, but this is what I do and it works for me. And I don't know, this is just what I do. So I'm really gentle with my hair because I don't want to cause too much frizz. Because frizz, once you get frizz early, your hair doesn't last as long. That's one of the reasons why I don't like to create too much frizz on day one. When we start getting to like day 3 and 4, okay, fine, frizz, come on. Now I'm getting ready for wash day, so I don't care about the frizz. But day 1, I want my hair to look good and last till day 4. So we have some frizz here, but it's not too bad. And then we'll go to the next one. This one is nice and chunky, so I'm gonna separate it. So I'm just gonna be separating the big ones. By day 3, I'll go back in and separate more. All right, you guys, so I am back and this is what my twist out is looking like. You guys saw what I was doing. Any pieces that were really big, I went in and separated a little bit. Only if they wanted to separate. I wasn't forcing, like this one could separate a little bit more than this one. I wasn't going in and grabbing pieces that look like they're gonna frizz. My hair's gonna get bigger and I'm gonna separate more and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested, maybe I can make this a little series where you guys send in questions, I do my hair and answer your questions as I do my hair. Just like what I did in this video, doing my hair while I answer you guys questions. If you are interested, let me know. And this could be a fun little way to conversate. So I'm gonna come in a little bit more so you guys can see the color. Didn't come out the way I envisioned, but it's cute. So you can see that some areas are a little bit darker than others. I was trying to go for like this balayage type of thing. Hopefully you guys are seeing this. So it's cute, it's not too bad. So you can see some areas are more brown, more yellow, more black. Ooh, okay, the back looks really good. So let me turn to the side. Now the back of my head, I don't know how that looks. The back of my head never looks perfect. So I'm gonna turn around so you guys can see. All right, so that's pretty much it. That is my hair. Hopefully you guys like it. If you have any ideas on other videos you wanna see, I definitely wanna try other hairstyles, of course. Maybe I can do talkie videos doing that as well. So yeah, I'm still finding pieces that need to be separated. This is why I don't like doing so many twists, because there's always a hair that's hiding somewhere. So give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Leave a comment, a question, whatever. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.